Welcome into another episode of the PHNX Suns Pregame Show, brought to you by Gila River Resorts and Casinos. That's Flex. It's me. They fucked up. They fucked up. They should have let us run the show. But here we go. We're going to do it our way, and it's going to be beautiful. So
40-40 Club. I like it. Let's go.
Hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the show. So listen, man, the Suns are taking on the Rockets. The Rockets on the back end of the second day of a back-to-back just lost to the Pacers last night. You said it was a great game. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but we know what Houston's all about now. They got Ime Udoka as their head coach. He's kind of turned that thing around. They got a lot of young talent. They're starting to build something a little bit more substantial there. They're a dangerous team, even on the second leg of a back-to-back.
Yeah, no, they played a tough game last night, but they're dangerous, man. They're young. They're well coached. Second best defense in basketball. Mm-hmm. So he's got them playing defense. They're 8th in differential. So they do a good job. I think they had 3.4 differential, which is 8th in basketball. So this ain't the old Rockets. No. This ain't that old Rockets team. They're going to bring it tonight. They're young, they're athletic, and they're coming off that L. So, they want to get that right.
Yeah, not only that, but, I think some of the teams that have given the Suns the most problems are teams with length.
Yeah.
And the Houston Rockets certainly have some length, especially at the positions that are going to be guarding Devin Booker primarily. Yep. KD doesn't usually have that issue with the length, but Book has struggled from time to time with defenders that have that kind of length and can get up in his grill. So it's going to be very interesting to see. By the way, Jock says hi, just so you all know. Jock says hi.
My God.
Talked to him the other day. He's doing great out there in Houston. Doesn't matter. What does matter is who the hell's playing for us and who's playing for them. Let's check out the injury report right now. We got something going on at some point. Maybe. There we go.
There we go.
Josh Okogie, Jusuf Nurkic, both are going to be available tonight, so they're back for personal reasons for Jusuf, and then Josh Okogie with the hip. He's ready to go. And then Bradley Beal obviously still out. Tari Eason is still questionable. We're trying to figure out whether or not he's going to play. He will be a game-time decision. Dylan Brooks is out. That's such a bummer. And Victor Oladipo is also out with left patellar tendonitis. So it's going to be interesting to watch how both of these teams, really the Suns. Let's just talk about the Suns, man.
Yeah.
They need a dub. They need a dub in the worst of ways. They need the vibes to come back.
Yeah.
Because it has been a while since the Suns have had a feel-good win. It has been a while since the vibes have been decent.
Yeah.
And you're coming off of Christmas. Maybe they got a little rejuvenated after that night. Getting spanked by Luka again. Maybe sometimes when you lose a game like that, and it feels like that was kind of a moment where the shit kind of hit the fan. Nobody was happy.
Yeah.
The crowd was apathetic.
Yeah.
It was just a bad scene. You kind of look at that and you're like, we got to fix something.
Yeah.
We got to fix something. So I wonder what the players have been saying the last couple of days.
I mean, listen, I've had some conversations, Saul, and they're not happy, man. They're frustrated. There's frustration across the board, from the coaches to the starters to the role players. You're right. That's embarrassing. And they've lost their swag. They really have, Saul. They've lost their swag. And you're a ball player. You know how easy it is to lose that, but you also know how easy it is to get it back. One win, one feel-good win, you get on a plane, you're feeling better, the energy in the locker room is better, and you start to feel like, okay, can we put two together? So they gotta lock in and get this game tonight. I mean, this is a game they should win. I think we got, in no order, but I think it's Houston, Orlando, Charlotte, Portland, something like that. I could be wrong, but those are the next four. Those are all winnable games. These are, the Suns are in a spot where they can't continue to lose games that they should win. So,
I don't feel like there's any game that's a winnable game like
the way they are,
like the way they're playing right now. I don't think it's like a foregone conclusion that anything is going to be
right.
a certain dub. So you're kind of going back, you're kind of resetting. This kind of reminds me back in 2017-18, the University of Arizona started off the season. They were top 3 team. It was DeAndre Ayton's first year.
Okay.
They go to the Bahamas after a couple, cupcake games at home. They go to the Bahamas and get mollywopped 3 games in a row, all in the Bahamas. They lost by like double digits, 20 plus in each one of those games.
Wow.
And that just doesn't happen, right? And so they came back and everybody was like hitting the panic button, like, man, and you basically have to reset everything.
Yeah.
And you got to start from scratch all over again and be like, listen, this is what we're trying to do. And you got to start from a baseline. So maybe tonight's the start of that baseline. I don't know. Hopefully they feel good. Maybe they're going to feel good with what they wear. I don't know. Let's check out what they're wearing tonight. It is the statement edition blacks for the Suns, and then the Houston Rockets going with the H-Town City edition.
I like that, bro.
Those are pretty fresh.
Those are
I'm
cold.
not gonna lie, man. Those are pretty sick.
Those are cold.
I wonder what the court's going to look like too. I haven't seen their City edition court. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay. So Eric is saying it's pretty dope. So we'll check out that. What's a key matchup you're looking for?
I mean, honestly, not having Dylan Brooks tonight is big because he gives book fits, whether you would like to admit it or not. So, I mean, it's Şengün. It's the middle. Şengün's balling. We got Nurk back. That's a matchup I'm interested to see. Nurk struggles with the athletic centers. This guy's an in-between guy. He's not so athletic, but he's sneaky athletic, and he can bring you out to the three-point line. So I think the center position is the matchup I'm looking at tonight.
Yeah, for me, I don't feel like Book has played a really, really good game in a while.
Okay.
Like, I feel like he's been okay.
Yeah.
But in terms of the Book standard, I don't think he's come close in the last couple of weeks. And I keep waiting for him to have that game. It just feels like he went from being very sure of himself at the beginning of the season in terms of playmaking and what he wants to do and really throwing the ball out of the double teams and stuff like that to almost rewinding back to where he was trying to figure out point Book and trying to figure out how these defenses are attacking him. And man, it's been rough to watch. It has not been as smooth as it was at the beginning of the season. I'm looking for him to bounce back at some point. It's got to happen soon.
Yeah.
It's got to happen. Something's got to change.
It's funny you say that. So I was having a conversation yesterday with someone close to the team about Book. And, it feels like he's not playing basketball. He's thinking.
Yeah.
Right? It just seems like he's just thinking out there right now and trying to do too many things and then reverting back to his basketball skill at the very end. And that's not Book. That's just not Book. You got to get out his own head, get out his own way, get back to playing Devin Booker basketball and let the cookie crumble where it crumbles. The way he's playing right now, though, it's like that quarterback that's trying to read the defense and do too much and not instinctively playing basketball. So you're right. It's been a minute. And this team goes as far as Book and KD go right now, the way they're constructed. So if they're going to go out there and have lackadaisical games, we're gonna lose. We're gonna be in trouble. So I look for both of them. Both of them have to come in tonight. KD's got 18 assists in the last 3 games, dude. Like that's way too much for his standard. And so I look for both of them to have bounce back games and control the turnovers. Against Houston, if you don't control the turnovers, you might get blown out. So you gotta watch out.
Because they get out and run.
Yeah,
for sure. Let's find out, who you picked to win tonight. I think we're all kind of on the same page. This is wild. I don't think I've ever seen this before, where it's been split like this. It's been a long time since it's been split like this, but Espo and I are on the same page. He's got him winning by 7. I got him winning by 5. You and Lindsay are on the same page. You got him winning by 3. Lindsay's got him winning by 2. What makes you feel so good about the Suns tonight?
There's nothing that makes me feel good, Saul. It's just desperation. I feel like they're at the point of the year where they're desperate. And the Rockets are playing good basketball, but they are on a back-to-back. And we talk about that all the time, how that plays a big part in things. I just think the Suns are more desperate tonight. And I think this game means more to them than it does to the Rockets. And so this is why I look for them to bounce back, because I tell you, I'm so fearful if they don't, Saul. I'm so fearful if they don't, brother.
Man, I don't even want to think about that. Until I see it, I'm going to start picking the opposition because they just have not looked good as a group together. Now, Nurk coming back will help a little bit.
Yeah.
But, man, it's been a rough go. It really has been a rough go. So I wouldn't say this is a must-win game, but it definitely, listen, you only have this upcoming stretch of games at home that's basically one of the last stretches of games where you got some pretty mid talent that's coming in, and you got to take advantage of it because the second half of the season is brutal. You got a lot of big hitters on the second half of the season. You still got to play the Celtics, the Bucks, twice each. You got some big time teams that you got to participate against. So I don't know. We'll see how it all unfolds. Let's find the Vegas odds. What are the Vegas odds? So this did change.
This still bugs me out.
This did change because it is now minus 3.5 for the Suns. I just checked it.
It's 3.5
10 minutes ago. Minus 3.5 for the Suns. I don't know why Vegas is so confident in the Suns, but clearly they're not watching these games because they picked the Mavs to lose by 4.5
the other night. Yeah,
and I'm like, bro, that just seems wild to me right now based on how this team is playing, and we saw that play out, and now 3.5 for the Suns. I don't know.
No, I'm with you, man. I saw the Mavs game. I was surprised. This game, I'm surprised. His was even more surprising, Saul. If I told you right now that the Suns are still the 4th highest team to win a title this year from Vegas. Odds. I mean, so I take comfort in that. You know why? Because we talk about how does Vegas always know? Like, how does Vegas always know?
Yeah.
But yet, I looked at the odds this morning, and the Suns are 4th behind, the Bucks, Celtics, and Nuggets. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what they see that we don't. But, I mean, Vegas is Vegas, man. So they got us as a favorite tonight on the road, which is a little surprising. I took them by 3. It kind of lines up with that spread, actually. So we'll see what happens. But I'm with you, man. This is a nervous game tonight. I'm not watching this game feeling good.
No, I mean, I haven't watched the game feeling good all season, it feels like. You know what I mean? So
yeah.
All right. Well, you kind of touched on a little bit earlier about booking KD, and KD's obviously been the face of unfortunate drama.
Yeah.
And it wasn't conjured up by him. He's frustrated.
Yeah.
And I think that's just a general acknowledgement of just about every player on that team, every fan of the Suns right now. We're all frustrated.
Yeah.
But people took that, blew it out of context, made it a big deal. And it got to such a big deal that Kevin Durant finally just said, fuck it. I listen. He said in a Instagram post, Woj says somebody else feels, quote unquote, that I'm frustrated, and it turned into me being mentally checked out. This shit is crazy. These people can flat out lie on my name and make shit up, and you people will believe it. But when my teammates and coaches speak on how I am as a teammate, you ignore it. LOL. Listen, 1,000,000%.
Facts.
1,000,000% facts. Like, KD, his entire career has been the lightning bolt for drama.
Yeah.
Even though most of the time he's not the one creating it. And it basically all started from the day he left OKC and came over to the Golden State Warriors. Everybody started having their own ideas about what KD's all about. It's unfortunate because I've seen this happen at different levels, right? If you have a superstar that you don't feel like is as charismatic as like a LeBron or a sweet baby face like Steph Curry,
right,
then you automatically almost get put into this category of like, a malcontent, or somebody that's just filled with drama or is always looking for the easy way out and stuff like that. KD says he wants the ball. He just wants to hoop. And people will still take that as a negative. I'm like, what is the problem with this? Yeah, it's just ridiculous, man.
No, it's very ridiculous, man. I mean, if we're being honest, so KD's a low-key dude. Like, he's a low-key dude. He doesn't say much. He goes in, he does his work, he does his job. I don't know why the media keeps doing this, but it's a little frustrating, and I don't think it's fair. I don't think it's fair that they isolate KD as much as they do, and it forces him to respond. And then you got other people chiming in for him. There's more.
Well, we'll get to that. So Brandon
ahead.
Jennings yesterday had a comment. It said, they cursed, man. He don't deserve this about Kevin Durant. Like, he shouldn't be with the Suns. They need to move him on. And then, our guy, Terrence Ross, T. Ross from last year, says, dog, they was fine before they traded for him. What's the problem? Like, it's not the Suns that are cursed. It's not, and it's not even KD that's cursed. It's basically like, bro, shut the fuck up.
Right.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Right.
Like this team was plenty good before he got there.
Yeah.
He got there. They're struggling a little bit right now, and now you want to say that KD's being like victimized by the situation, and that's not at all what's happening.
A guy that's not even in the league, bro. He's not in the league. I don't think he's in a position to be talking for KD. I will say that. And LeBron just came out today and said something very similar. He's like, man, we hurt. We're banged up. Like, I didn't check out. Like, I'm not checked out. We going through some stuff. And until we get that corrected, we're not going to be a good basketball team. Is that any different than what Kevin's been saying for the past every night on the podium? Hey, man, we're trying. We're trying to get this right. We got to get healthy. Boom, boom, boom. It seems like when LeBron says it, people give him his flowers. When KD says it, it's something else. So I just wish they'd leave this guy alone and just let him hoop, man. That's totally uncalled for.
If the Suns called Brandon Jennings today and said, would you like to get a contract and be a point guard? I don't think the organization would be cursed anymore. Like, that's just Monday morning quarterback. Like,
great point.
Stupid.
First thing smoking. First plane smoking. He in Phoenix. Talking about, I didn't say that. That was a burner account.
Yeah, man. Like, it's just crazy, man. I don't even understand why people go at KD the way they do. It's just you know what they say? Some people are just on that fuck shit. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what it is. Like,
it's real.
Every time they talk about KD, I'm like, what's the problem here?
Right.
Like, he's just, I don't know. I like people beef about his tweets. I'm like, I like his tweets. I like the fact that he responds to random ass fans. What's wrong with that? Like, they're personable. Like, you invest in people. Like, I like the way KD carries himself.
I love it.
All because he's not sitting there, trying to be like this cookie cutter image of what you want him to be. Doesn't mean that he's doing anything wrong.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, we've seen that with other athletes too, like even Kyler Murray, right? Kyler and KD are not in the same category. Don't get me wrong. But like, Kyler comes in, he's not really like that, like happy, cheery kind of guy. Like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? People are like, oh, he doesn't talk. His teammates hate him and blah, blah, blah. Like, how the fuck do you know?
That's a good point.
You're not even in the locker room. You have no idea what his teammates feel about him. You know what I mean? So it's just like, stop, man.
That's a great point. When they don't say enough, they get criticized.
Yes.
When they open up and give you a little bit of glimpse into what they're seeing, and they talk with you so they can't win, man. And it's like, that's kind of what Katie's been saying the whole time. Like, I'm giving y'all what y'all want, and it still ain't enough, man. Like, leave me alone. But again, I will say this. These guys, he pays attention to this shit. So I'm sure there's a part of KD right now that's like, man, shit, we just got to get this right. Yeah. They're tired of hearing it. So hopefully it starts tonight in Houston.
Hopefully. What do you feel about the vibes right now?
It's not good. No. I'm keeping it real, Saul, and it's not good, bro. It's not good. We talked about it on post game. There's a little bit of divide in that locker room. There's people questioning what side to lean on, and you got so many people expecting Book and KD to do so much. And then you got KD and Book requesting other people to do certain things. And then those other people do certain things, but they don't. And then you got the coaching staff that's, Frank, man, I feel for Frank right now in a way. And I'll say this, I'll tell you why. Okay. No, so I'm going to tell you why. Not because I agree with what he's doing. I think Frank is a big part of the problem. But I will say this. Frank is in a situation. He said he got a PhD in coaching superstars. Man, he's in a situation where I think he's timid. He's scared to say something to his superstars.
Why?
I think because I think he understands the pecking order. And I think and this is a problem. This is why I'm a little worried, Saul. I think there's a part of Frank Vogel that is a little bit afraid to say certain things to certain players because the pecking order is not in his favor. And if he says something to the wrong person, he could be the guy packing. And that is just not good for a team.
If he doesn't do it, if he doesn't speak up and they continue down this road, he's going to be packing anyway.
Exactly.
Like, you got to.
That's why I feel sorry for him.
You got to go out on your own terms if you're the one that's going to be in charge. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't back down to these dudes. Like, you just can't. I don't give a shit what they have to say. Like, I'm the head coach. I'm trying to get this done, and I understand that the NBA is a little bit different. There's, the player empowerment era and all this other stuff. But still, at the end of the day, coaching is coaching, and great players want to be coached.
That's right.
And if they sense weakness in you, they will immediately disregard you. And then when you try to come back, it's too late. It's true.
I mean, you nailed it,
It's
bro.
true.
I mean, you preaching right now. We in church. What
true.
you just said.
It's true.
Hey, guys, listen. Read between the lines. What Saul just said is money in the bank. I mean, he's in a real awkward spot right now, Saul, and it's because of him. He made his bed. Now he's sleeping in it, and this is why I said I really hope they get this win tonight, Saul, because it's only going to get worse if this continues.
Hopefully it gets worse for everybody else except for myself on these bets tonight. Right now I'm at $38. Lindsay's at $96.58. Flex is the only one in the red at negative $35.41, and then Espo's got the big lead right now at 168.5. But we all know that that's going to come back to earth at some point. That's just how it
He's
goes.
the Minnesota Timberwolves.
He's lost a couple
the
in the row.
T-Wolves. Hey, Espo, you the T-Wolves, bro. I don't believe in you.
Yeah, no, I don't. Damn. Shit. Okay. All right. Well, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, he's not wrong.
Just a very direct way to put it.
Man, he went for the throat.
Went for the throat, man.
Listen, if you want to get in on the action, before we tell you what our bets are, just put $10 on at BetMGM, the sportsbook app. It's a fantastic app. You'll love it. Use promo code PHNX. And right now, you can get the $1,500 offer, which is basically all you have to do is place $10, and if that bet loses, your bonus bets will be available once your initial wager is settled. So you can bet all the way up to $1,500, and you'll get your money in bets back. So check that out. Check out the show notes for full details. And now you can listen to my homie Shane talk about the disclaimer.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Colorado, D.C., Illinois, Indiana, Kansas, Louisiana, Maryland, Mississippi, New Jersey, Nevada, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Tennessee, Virginia, West Virginia, Wyoming. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 New York. Call 1-800-327-5050 Massachusetts. 21 plus to wager. Please gamble responsibly. Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP Arizona. 1-800-BETS-OFF Iowa. 1-800-270-7117 for confidential help Michigan. 1-800-981-0023 Puerto Rico in partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel. Visit BetMGM.com for terms and conditions. U.S. promotional offers not available in D.C., New York, or Ontario.
All right, let's check out these bets tonight. I took it easy tonight. Mine was pretty simple. I just got the Rockets with the money line of plus 3.5.
Okay.
Actually, it was plus 2.5 at the time, right? Yeah, so plus 2.5. At a plus 125, if I win a couple, I can win $22. No big deal. But I will be up to $60 at that point. And you just got to keep creeping up. So
I feel you coming, bro.
I mean...
Pause. Sorry.
Stop it.
No,
you can't pause yourself, man.
I can't.
Come on now.
He paused me. No. I see you. I see what you're doing there, man. You got me a little worried actually, because I respect your basketball acumen. So,
what you got?
I got my. You know me. I like all my legs, man. I got Suns to win. I got them going over tonight. 224.5. KD to get 20 points. KD to get 2 assists. Book to get 25 points. Book to get 5 assists, and a PRA of 20 for my man Nurk. So I think that's besides the over. Well, I forget what I just said because the Suns aren't guaranteed to win this game. But if the Suns win this game, I think I'm in good shape.
Flex will be the first person to ever have negative odds on an 8-leg parlay. Like every time the parlays get longer, but the odds get smaller. I don't understand.
What was that? Plus 300?
It was like plus 340 for a 7-leg parlay, dude.
That is wild.
That's wild. Lindsay took a wild ass bet too. She's got the Suns winning by 1 or 2 points tonight at a plus 650. So yeah, good luck with that. I mean, hell, if the Suns win by 1 or 2, I also win my bet. So that's cool. But
I might win mine. So yeah, but if I win and y'all win, it doesn't. I need some wins when y'all take y'all L's.
Yeah. And then Espo with his bet.
What did he do?
Devin Booker to make 2 consecutive 3-pointers. Again, he's swinging for the fences. Plus 1150. This is what he's going to do all season long. He's just going to keep hoping that he gets these bets.
Big ones.
Get these hits. So we'll see if any of that comes to fruition. But again, if you want to check it out, go to BetMGM Sportsbook app and use promo code PHNX. Place $10 or anything over $10. And if your bet doesn't win, you will get your money back in bonus bets right away. So check that out. Before we go, any last thoughts?
Nah, man, we got to start stacking them. So today's a game. You got to start stacking them. So hopefully they get a dub and we kind of get this momentum back because we need it.
Yeah. Well, hey, listen, some of you guys have been asking where's Lindsay. Nobody asked about Espo. Everybody asked about Lindsay, but nobody asked about Espo. They're both a little under the weather. So they'll be fine. Hopefully they'll be back tomorrow. But they just, sometimes you just wake up and you're like, I'm just not feeling so good. So
feel better, guys.
We don't want to get the whole office, to come down. So these remote shows are terrible. I don't like doing remote shows. I'd rather be here in person. So we rather take it safe than sorry. Make sure you check out Arizona's Family, the premier place to watch all your Suns games. You can go there right now after this pregame show is up. You go to arizonafamily.com. Check out where to watch all the channels. All you got to do is hit that drop-down menu under Suns, and there you go. It'll anywhere you are in the state, you'll be able to watch the game for free. If you have a digital antenna, you're hooked up. They're not very expensive. They're pretty cheap, $10-$20. Get yourself hooked up. Go to Arizona's Family Sports right now. Check out the game. Hopefully the Suns will pull out a dub, because if they don't, this is going to be a miserable ass post game. But if they do, hopefully the vibes will be a little bit more immaculate, and we can that it'll lead to bigger and better things. So we can only hope. For Flex, I'm Saul. We'll see you in the post game show. Peace.
We all silly like the mayor.